All right, well, keep your health care, lose your job. Try about 800,000 jobs. Wyoming Republican Senator John Barrasso here to spell out the details of a report that a little eye-popping. What happens?
Well, Tom Coburn, the other doctor, and I, the two doctors in the Senate, have continued to go to the Senate floor to talk about the unintended consequences of this terrible health care law. The second report comes out today, grim diagnosis, a checkup on the federal health law. We did one at the 100-day mark. We're now at the 6-month mark.
How did you arrive at the 800,000 figure?
Congressional Budget Office. You know, at the President's summit, Nancy Pelosi said if this is signed into law, there'll be 400,000 new jobs created. The Congressional Budget Office says, no, actually, you're going to lose 800,000 jobs.
Over what period?
Between now and 2019, when this is fully implemented.
And so this doesn't include the offsets that they say they're going to get in new, diverse jobs.
This is going to be an economy killer, a job killer, and a patient killer. It's going to be bad for patients, bad for providers, the nurses and doctors who take care of the patients, and taxpayers. It's going to be terrible for them. You talk about the debt commission. If they aren't looking at this health care law as a way to save money and to repeal parts of this, if not all of it, they're making a mistake.
So the jobs, these 800,000 that you guys say are going to be lost, Democrats, say that they don't agree with this.
Where are the 400,000 that Nancy said would show up immediately?
Fine. I don't know who to believe, frankly. But no, in all seriousness, where would these 800,000 jobs be coming?
Well, part of it is in the people that do the innovative work with new technology, pacemakers, those sorts of things, because there's this new tax, an excise tax, not on profits, but on sales. That's going to cut into it. The incentives that the president talks about with his 4 million postcards that went out to small businesses, the way those small businesses actually can take those tax incentives is they have to lower the salaries of people that are employed by them and cut jobs. That's the way they get the incentives, by firing people and lowering the salaries of the people they keep. And some of them, if they're in cutting-edge,
albeit expensive industries, they're suddenly not looked upon as favorably, and they lay off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they may go overseas. Those jobs could leave the country.
Then what do? Do you start? Let's say you guys get in as a majority, at least in the House, possibly the Senate. I hear your leadership talking about starving this thing, repealing this thing. What?
Ultimately, we need to repeal and replace it and make sure that Barack Obama is a one-term president. Because anything we pass immediately, he will veto. And the ways to starve it are to not give the $10 billion for the Internal Revenue Service for their 15,000 new agents who are going to go out there looking into people's tax situations to see if they have health insurance. We want to try to repeal the mandates, both for individuals and for
you reckon
businesses.
It's a big leap to try to repeal, especially with a Democratic president, right?
So you have to starve it to death. You starve, and you take $10 billion away from Health and Human Services, so they can't put all these boards and commissions in place. So those are the parts. And then Lindsey Graham and I are talking about a way to allow states to opt out of the whole thing entirely.
Okay, real quickly, this debt commission only reports big on finding ways to raise revenue, not so big on entitlement reform. What do you think? Early, very late.
The big problem, well, we don't know if this is just a trial balloon. We don't know what it is. The problem is not that we're taxed too little. The problem in this country is that we spend too much. We need to get the spending under control. That's what we're hearing. That's what I'm hearing all across the country.
Senator.
The president said, oh, I've had there are better ways to spend the money. Well, I said, Mr. President, respectfully, it's not your money. Leave the money in the pockets of the people.
Senator Barrasso, thank you very much.